everyone, welcome back to my channel today. Today I've got a grocery haul with Woolworths. I have spent a little bit of money this week because I had to do a stockpile. We're getting very low on our stockpile because I've been taking food from it. So it's actually time now that I replace some things. But in this video, I'm not going to show you that part of the video. I'll bring that video out in a couple of days. It's just a lot easier to show you that way. But other than that, I'll show you the ingredients that I'm going to be cooking in our meal plan as well, just like I did last week. So I've got a few different sort of recipes there we're going to have this week. But yeah, I'll just show you basically what we've got. We've got Halloween coming up this weekend. I didn't want to get the kids any costumes and things like that because we have got costumes and I feel that they can do like with what we've got because it's getting so close to Christmas here. But they do love Halloween, so I did get a couple of little things just to tweak it up for them and they can put it with their costumes that they've already got, or I'll make them something to wear, I don't know, out of a sheet for a ghost, whatever, I don't know. But anyway, I'll show you what I've got today. This shop cost me $246.15. Okay, this week I needed some sunscreen because we've run out of sunscreen. Literally, we have the tiniest amount left and I had a little bit left I could give to my son for his excursion this week. So I just got a big bottle of this one here. This is just the Woolworth sunscreen SPF 50+. I think it works out to be around about $8 a bottle this way. You can get a smaller one, like a 500 ml one, for around about $6, but this was a much better way of buying it for us, and it'll last us probably a couple of years. But we use so much sunscreen here because it's so hot. Okay, and I also grabbed a small one of these for my son as well. He can just take that to school and he can put it on throughout the day. The school does supply sunscreen, but I think it's easier if he's got it in his school bag and he knows where it is and he can put it on, especially on days where he's got swimming. And I even put sunscreen on him before he goes to swimming. But in the afternoon, he's still like a little bit red in the face and like he's been sun-kissed, which isn't a bad thing either because he has got sunscreen on. But I think sometimes he needs to like top it up. Okay, I also got the sparkling water at the back there. The sparkling water was on special this week for around $7. I like this one because it's got no sugar in it and it doesn't have any other like additives that are like a substitute for sugar either. So it basically just has no sugar in it at all. The ingredients that are in here are carbonated water, natural flavors and food acid. There's nothing else in there other than that. So there's no, you know, there's not going to be a sugary taste, but you can get away with it. It tastes really nice. I used to try the lime one, but they didn't have it in stock. This was the only one that I could get this week, and I think it was about $7. It's a great price for that. Okay, I also grabbed some Halloween things this week. This was the sword. One of my grocery hauls a few weeks ago, you would have noticed that I bought one of these because I wanted to get a spider glow-in-the-dark thing as well, but they didn't have that in stock, and I only had one sword, so it really wasn't going to help because the one sword between the two boys is not a pretty sight. I'm hoping they are both the same colour. I'll just get it down now and hope to see if it is. And yes, it is. So I have got two of these. That's from my previous shop from the other day as well. So they've got one of these each, so they will be happy with that. Okay, I also grabbed some of this Halloween makeup as well. It's just a makeup essentials set. It's just got some different colours in there, just for the kids to maybe decorate their face for Sunday. And they also have got some like witches hats and things like that. I know my oldest son's going to want more dress-up clothes than that, but like I said, I don't want to spend too much money on Halloween. Here I got some Colgate toothpaste as well because we're running low. So we just get the Colgate Total. I find it quite good. And I find the kids' teeth are really white with this brand. Yeah, so I'm quite happy with it. Okay, I also grabbed some of this tomato paste. It was on special. It's made in Italy. Looks really nice. It's made authentic Legos quality. I just like the tube. It's a lot easier sometimes. I find the jars just go moldy on me every time I buy them because I don't use them often enough. Okay, I also got some Italian herbs. I didn't get the big bucket. It's cheaper for me to get the big bucket for $5. This was about $2.65. It does work out a lot dearer, but this week I did spend a little bit of money on the stockpiles. I didn't really want to spend too much money on other things I didn't have to. So I also grabbed some of these stacked chips. They work out around about $1.65 a box. The kids quite like them. I got original and sour cream and onion. And I was absolutely out of cocoa. If you would have seen my last video that I bought out a few days ago on our meals, like some quick freezer meals that I just froze, and I also made a cherry slice. I completely ran out of cocoa and I had to add like chocolate, like I had to melt down chocolate chips for it, but I couldn't believe it because I've had cocoa in the cupboard for like so many, like probably a year, and then there was just none left when I needed it. So I got a big packet of that. That's $5, that one now, so it's 250 grams, but it's something you don't buy. I don't buy often anyway, so it's okay. I got some Dole pineapple pieces just in there because we are going to be making a pizza in one of my meal plans that I'll show you. And I just grabbed a jar of sun-dried tomatoes. These are a really good thing to have in the pantry or in the fridge after you open them, I guess. I just find that I use them a lot in like spaghettis and on pizzas and things like that. So I grabbed a jar of that because we were out. And I also got some of these pickled jalapenos. I'm really starting to love chilies again. After having the kids, I didn't eat a lot of chilies because it was harder to eat with, you know, when you're nursing and things like that. But now the kids are a lot older, I'm starting to get used to eating chilies again, and my husband's growing them. But I really love the taste of jalapenos, and my oldest boy loves them as well. Okay, I got 3 avocados. I think these are about $1.30 this week. They were a great price. My kids just have them for breakfast. Basically, one whole avocado is gone between 2 kids because one likes it just with vinegar and pepper and salt, and the other one wants it with toast. So yeah, so there goes the avocados, but as long as they're having something healthy, it doesn't really matter. Okay, I've also just got some Parmesan cheese because we're getting low on that. And yeah, that's a pretty good price, that one. I was going to get the Kraft this week because I haven't had the Kraft one in years, but it was a little bit over what I wanted to spend. I think the big thing of Kraft Parmesan was around about $7.80, $7, something like that. So it was just way too much this week for our budget. Iodized rock salt. We've got a salt grinder, and I have been using the pink salt, Himalayan salt I think it's called, but I really prefer us to have like iodine, like iodized rock salt or iodized salt in our diet. Okay, and I also have got here some of this Abbott's bakery bread, flatbread. It's already got green olives in it. Looked really nice. You bake it at home in 5 minutes, it says. It's 2 pieces of it there. I don't know how, this was around about $2 something. I'm just trying to find out here. Yeah, it's just like an olive bread, and it's got sweet potato puree in it as well. But yeah, it looked really nice, and I thought I could just like put that with something. I don't have any dip this week, but even just to put in the oven and put a little bit of, drizzle a little bit of olive oil on it. Okay, I also have got the pizza bases. That's going to be in one of our meals. Okay, moving over now to the Halloween things. Okay, I have got a few treats. We basically just have the kids pretend to knock on our door, and we give them lollies, and they go around to my family's house and they give them some lollies so they feel like they're getting something. So I just got some Ovaltinis. They don't get a lot of these. I'll probably get a little packet each in their little bucket. And I've also grabbed some of the fries, Turkish Delight. I love these. I really do like these. These are probably one of my favourite chocolates. So I'm not sure how far they will go. And I just grabbed the Chupa Chups. You get 6 lollipops. They're called fizzy drinks. It says on fizzable lollipop. There's tropical, cola and orange. So I just thought I'd grab them, and they can put them in. I'll put them in their little buckets for them as something for Halloween. Okay, moving over here to some makeup now. I am running completely low on foundation, and I couldn't believe it. I I mix a lot of my makeups with like foundation. I've got powders. I've got lots of things going on, but and when you have kids, there's a lot of concealer that gets used. I find now I'm using more concealer more than anything. So I've got the Revlon Skin Lights. This is the highlights. I usually just use like the Rimmel one. It's like a highlighting powder, but I haven't seen that around for a while. So this one looked good. I think it was on special for around about $10, something like that. All these makeups were on special this week. Sorry, this was $12.50, but that will last me a while. So I got that one. And I think this one was reduced to around about $17 or $18. This one is the Revlon Colorstay makeup. I also just grabbed some of the Revlon Mascara. I just noticed my mascara is a couple of years old. I can't believe it. It's so dry. I don't even think I have been using it that well. There's nothing left in it, so this is the blackest of the black. I hadn't tried the Revlon one before. I usually use a Maybelline, but these products were all special for Revlon this week, so I thought, why not give them a go. Okay, over the back there, I've just got some red onions. I've got just 4 bananas. I got some free-range eggs, just 2 cartons there. We usually use them quite quickly. It depends on how much cooking I'm doing and if I'm baking and things like that, or if we have, this week we are gonna have like a quiche in our meal plan. So they go really quickly that way. Okay, and I just grabbed the big bag of top 20 chips there. What I do with these, I put them away. I only put a few out for the week and they last for probably about 2.5 weeks. Okay, moving over to the bread here. I've got a lot of breads today. I bought Raisin Toast. My kids don't really like Raisin Toast and I don't know why I buy it. But I just wish they did like it because it's such an easy thing to have for like afternoon tea or for breakfast. So I'm just going to continue trialing it with them. I like it. It's easy for me sometimes. So I just got the Tip Top one. I haven't had the Tip Top one, I don't think. It's usually like I have the Mighty Soft, or it's like a doorstop, but I don't really like it too thick. This one is not as thick, I find. So I'm just going to try that one. I got the soft white bread, 2 loaves of that, and I've also just got a wholemeal iron bread there. I'm not sure if it must be a substitute, I think. Well, that's okay. And I also got some Handy Ultra over there because we were running low on that. Okay, and my dog has run out of all his dog food from a couple of months ago. So I have got the big bag of pedigree there, if you can see that. Yeah, he's very fussy and he's not really liking the dog food he's eating at the moment, hoping that he can eat this one. We'll give him a try on this one. About 2 weeks ago, I made him up some dog food and he loves it. I just made up, I found a recipe on a website for Labradors and he is just loving it. But if I just give him dry food at night time, he's tapping me on the arm and telling me that it's not good enough. I want the food you cooked me to go with it. So he's just, yeah, he's definitely got me twisted around his paw at the moment. Okay, I'm just going to go and get the frozen things out now because it's just so hot here. I didn't want to put everything out on the table. So I'll go and get that now and I'll be back. For the milks this week, I ended up getting 5 3 litres of milk. We just end up using the UHT milk when we run out, or I end up going to the service station and buying milk there. So yeah, this week we've got like 15 litres of milk, but that's okay because we go through it. The kids just go through it somehow with smoothies, milkshakes, all sorts of things, Milos, and then there's us having coffees and teas. So it just, I don't know, it just goes. And I just got some of this orange juice here. That was only $5 this week. I like that one. The kids like it as well, and I just give it to them. I actually water it down, and sometimes I'll freeze some of it. So I don't know if I've frozen that one before. Sometimes I will just freeze half of it. But if I water it down, it's just, you know, you can make nearly 6 litres out of it because most of the time it's so sweet anyway. Okay, and I've just got some garlic bread. That will go with one of our meal plans this week as well. Okay, now I did ask for some of that 4-pack of ham, but they didn't have any in stock, so they've given me all this premium sweet honey ham, which is okay by me. So I've got a few packs of that there, and they've also substituted me that with as well to go with the ham. I must have bought the big pack, ordered the big pack. I've got the Manuka honey and 2 packs of that for the primo. So I've got 4 things of ham there. And I've also just grabbed some salamis this week. They're only $2 for 100 grams, but I find it a really nice brand and it's a really nice salami. It's not too tough. I've just got some a classic olive oil spread. I like this one. I've been trying to try the home brand ones, but every time I do, they haven't been in stock. So I've just got this one. It was on special for $3 this week, and it is 65% less saturated fat than butter. I got the thickened cream because that's going in a recipe for our meal plan. And I also just got some sour cream, which I did order the little carton, and they've substituted me for the big 400ml one. So that's really handy. Okay, I've also just got a half a pumpkin here for our dinners, and I've got a lettuce as well here. And I got some mushrooms, just, probably about a quarter of a bag of mushrooms there. I got some mandarins because, we're sort of running a little bit low on mandarins. I also grabbed a bag of this coleslaw. This was $2, and I've got that till the 3rd of November to use it. I find it a little bit coarse, so what I do is I just throw it into the my little mini processor, and I get heaps more out of it that way. The kids can have it like on sandwiches or whatever. It's a lot not chunky, and yeah, so that's what I do with that one. Mind you, I usually just make my own, but this time I just thought I'd buy some. I've got a whole chicken there for $4.95. That's going to go in. That's going to be our meals for 1 week this week, and that's a great price. It was only $3.50 a kilo this week. And I also missed the custard, sorry. I've just got some vanilla flavoured custard here. That's going to be a dessert this week. Okay, sorry about that. I've had to put the other things away and then get the frozen things out again. I just don't want things to like get too hot, so I've done it this way. Okay, so I saw this one, Blue Ribbon Streets. I think it's just the advertising on it. But I just, I was really keen to try it to see if it tastes any different to the other Blue Ribbon. I'm not sure. It was about $5.80, and it's just a classic vanilla one. I think it was just like this symbol here that I just, it just drew me to it, so I bought it. But it might be different. I'm not sure. It says it's made with creamy, wholesome buttermilk. But yeah, I got this week to try. I also got some of the Australian mini potatoes. I think they're around about $2.80. I'm not sure if my kids will like them, but it's just so handy. Sometimes my oldest boy gets home from school and he's really, really hungry, and he wants like something like a sausage roll or some chips or something like that, or even great for weekends. So I usually just cook these in the air fryer. Okay, I've also got some of the oven bake. I think this was around about $5 this week for 6 lemon crumb ones. It's a bird's eye one. I got some spinach for one of our meals this week. And I've also grabbed the 4 and 20 pies. They were on special. Probably they'll be just for myself and my husband. Sometimes my kids will share one each. This is our grocery haul, and it was $246.15. And I will show you in the next couple of days what I got towards our stockpile, but that will be in a separate video. Okay, so yeah, so let's get into it. I'll show you what we're going to have for our meals. Okay, I'll show you what we're going to have this week, and these are the ingredients that I'm going to put in there. When it comes to like the days of the week that we're going to have the meals, we do try and stay to, you know, that meal for that night, but sometimes if something pops up, we might have an easier meal out of the meal planner, and I'll just substitute it for another day of the week. On Thursday night, we're just going to have a salmon and coleslaw. So what I've got here is I've got some salmon portions there. These ones have got the skin on. I always get the skin on, even though I really don't eat the skin. I like the flavour that it gives to the salmon. And it's just going to be a light meal. And we also just got some baby peas with that. So I'll put, I basically just put this in the oven. My husband usually puts it in the frying pan, but I just like putting it in the oven. It's so much easier. I don't have to even put oil with it. It sort of just cooks itself, and it's a really easy thing to have if it's all defrosted, and you can just quickly put it with some mashed potato or some salad. But instead of mashed potato, we're just going to have the coleslaw, so I got that one in the grocery haul you would have seen. I don't usually buy this, I usually make my own. And yeah, and all I'm just going to do with that is just put some of this ranch sauce on it. I do have a bigger bottle of mayonnaise in the fridge as well, because there's not a great deal of ranch sauce there. So I'll probably just mix the two together. And so we've got some coleslaw, some greens in there, and some salmon. So that's a pretty easy meal. We usually eat around about 3 to 4 pieces of salmon. Like my husband and I will have 1 piece of salmon each, and the kids will have around about a half a piece each, sometimes maybe more. So it depends. So usually I do cook around about 4 pieces, but if there's only 3 pieces left, we just make do with what we've got, and we'll just cook 3 pieces. The kids can share one, and my husband and I can have 1 each, because the kids don't need any more than that. Okay, for Friday night, I like to just do something pretty easy on a Friday night, something that's not too complicated. I've been there in the past before where I've made big lasagnas and things like that on a Friday night, and it just seems like the end of the week should be more of an easy sort of a night's meals, or maybe a leftover or a toasted cheese sandwich and soup. But on Friday night, we're going to be having a pizza night. I got 2 pizza bases, the thin crust. They look quite nice. They weren't a bad price, so I'm just going to use them with some Italian tomato paste. I just got the tube of Legos, and the kids can just squirt it on. The kids can sort of make one to share, and then me and my husband will have one as well. I also grabbed some Italian herbs. These are my favourite. We use these on everything. I just give a bit of a sprinkle around. The kids might not want these. I can let them decide what they want to put on theirs. I've got some pitted olives. The kids will definitely be putting them on. I've got some pickled jalapenos. My husband and I are going to put these ones on ours. I've also got some sun-dried tomatoes. I thought these were great. They give it a really nice flavour. The kids will probably put them on. And I just got a little can of pineapple pieces because we're not real big pineapple eaters in the house. I was even going to buy those little, you know, the little snack fruits that the kids take to school and things like that. You get like around about 6 or 4 in a packet. I was just going to use one of them for the pizzas because I thought that's a really good idea because you open up a whole can and usually you waste it unless you freeze it, but I don't really do that. I don't really eat a lot of pineapple. I've got some leg ham and we'll probably have the leg ham on ours. And I also got some salami, so the kids can either put the ham or the salami on theirs. I've also got a red onion because I like them on pizzas. And I've just got some cheese. I just got it in one of these wrapped reusable like beeswax cloths. They're really good. So I've just got some of that there, and the kids will probably end up using most of that block there, and I'll have to get another block next week. Sorry about that. I also did forget some mushrooms. So we've got some mushrooms here, which I definitely will be putting on the pizza just to you know, give it that nice flavour. I'll just cut them up really thinly. Okay, for Saturday night we're going to have a roast chicken and vegetables. I got a really good price on the chicken this week. It was only $4.95 for the whole chicken, so I'm going to use that. First, I'm just going to make a stuffing mix, and I'm just going to do that with, I've got some breadcrumbs. You can buy like pre-made sort of stuffing mix in those boxes, and I have tried it, and it is pretty handy to have, and you just put water with it. But I've got heaps of breadcrumbs, so I'm going to use breadcrumbs. I'm just going to use some mixed herbs. I'm funny with mixed herbs. I don't really like the flavour of the mixed herbs. I do prefer more of the Italian herb mix. The mixed herbs will go in with the breadcrumbs. I'm going to put some pepper and salt in as well, and I'm going to chop up 1 red onion to go into the stuffing, and also I'll just put some like water in that and mix it up. So that's basically what I make just for the stuffing mix. You can put other things in. Some people put like more herbs in there, or fresh herbs, or parsleys and garlic and things like that. Anything you want to like infuse the chicken with. Okay, and for the vegetables, I've got a half a pumpkin here, and I'll chop that up and bake it. I've also got carrots. I love baked carrots. Like, I don't know, my mum used to always put baked carrots with our chicken roasts and things like that, and it was just, they can be really nice, like baked carrots. And I've also got a cabbage. So I've got some cabbage left from last week. I'm going to cook that up and use it as well. I've got 5 potatoes here, and that will probably do all of us. So I'll chop that up and I'll put them on the roasting pan with the potatoes, with the pumpkin and with the carrots. This will just get quickly steamed. I really like steaming the vegetables. I've been using the steamer I've got from Amazon a lot lately, and it's really good. But definitely I'll bake the pumpkin and bake the rest of it, just steam the cabbage. And I've got some olive oil here with my trusty little spray. And yeah, so what I'll do there is I'll just spray the top of the chicken with a little bit of olive oil because it is pretty greasy anyway. And I'll probably put some more salt and pepper on the top of the chicken, and I'll just bake it. So, you know, I've just got one big whole chicken here. It weighs nearly 1.5 kilos, and that's going to be used for our Sunday night dinner as well, that I'll show you in a minute what I'm going to do with the Sunday night dinner. And that makes it so much easier on the weekend because we've already made a roast on the weekend, and instead of like cooking something on Sunday night, where Sunday night's one of those nights too where you just do not want to cook usually. It's like, you know, you're getting ready for the start of the week, you're trying to prepare everything, and I find that Sunday night's my night where I just want to relax because I've got the schools starting again on Monday and everything's hectic again. But if I can use this for Sunday night's dinner, I will definitely do that. So I'll show you what I'm going to do there. Okay, this is going to be just an easy one for Sunday night. I'm going to have the chicken cooked up from the previous night, and I'll just keep the breast off some of it there. We won't eat that whole chicken on Saturday night because we've got roast vegetables and things like that. So we're going to have some chicken breast left over, and it's enough to put with a salad. So I'm just going to make up a salad. I may even put like a red onion with it as well, you know, chop a red onion in there. And I'm just going to coat the salad in some balsamic vinegar. So, you know, just give it a little bit of flavour. And I've got this Abbott's bakery bread I got. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but I found a spot for it. I just thought it's really easy. I'm just going to put a little tiny bit of olive oil in it, and I'm going to put it in the air fryer. and just bake it up for a little bit for 5 minutes, it says on the packet. I'm just going to cut it up like they have on the packet there, like into little fingers, and there's heaps there then. And I'll drizzle it with some olive oil, and the kids can just have that like a chicken salad mixed in. I'll put the chicken breast in with the lettuce and the tomatoes and the onion, and make that like a salad there. And on the side they can just have their the Abbott's Bakery flatbread. So that's going to be an easy Sunday night dinner, and that's done. This meal here is going to be for Monday night. It's just one of my trusty little spinach quiches that I make. I really like this as a standby. Sometimes you can just do it with ham as well. You don't have to do spinach if you don't like spinach, or if your children don't like spinach. It's basically really easy. I have got a video on this. I can link it below if you're interested, but it's just puff pastry. I've had a subscriber help me out with where to find these pastry containers, and I am going to Big W finally tomorrow to get some SodaStream, and I'm hoping to get one of those containers for the puff pastry. But yeah, it's really lovely how I do get people write back to me and help me out with things and give me tips and things like that. It's really great. So I really thank you for that, and I will get one of those containers on this weekend. So I use around about 2 pieces of pastry. Usually I don't put the pastry on top of the spinach pie. Sometimes I do, but if you don't have much pastry, you can just put it on the bottom. I've done that before. For years, I only used to make it that way. I will fry up the onions with some olive oil and get that like nice and brown. I'll just put a little bit of pepper and salt in there, and then I will put the chopped spinach in. I just throw it in frozen. It'll defrost in there, and I'll just make sure it's all cooked together with the onion and the olive oil, pepper and salt. And then I'll pop the pastry into a tray, 1 or 2 pieces. You probably will need 2 pieces, and chop the pastry around the sides, and just try to make it all extend around the pan. Once I take the spinach off the stovetop with the onion and all that, I make sure it just cools down a little bit. You can bake blind your pastry if you want to, but usually I just throw it all in. Usually that's what I do. So I'll make sure it's cooled down, the spinach base, before I add 300 mils of thickened cream. Okay, so I'll put the whole thing of thickened cream in with the spinach and with the onion that's already been cooked up. And then I've got some eggs here. I love this container. Oh, I got this container from, I think it's called Silly Solly's, like discount shop. And it wasn't that much. It was only like $5. It's really good, and it holds 14 eggs in there. So if you've got like a couple of eggs left in the fridge, but I wish I would have bought 2 of them. But it's really good. So back on to the cooking. Yeah, so once it cools down, I've added the cream. I'm going to put 5 eggs in. 5 eggs in with the thickened cream and the spinach and the onion. Okay, and I'll mix it all up just with a spoon. And then I'm just going to pour that into the puff pastry base. And then that's it. And then I don't think this cheese is going to last me the whole time after pizza night on Friday night. But if I've got some more cheese left, I'll use that. But if not, just use any cheese you've got. I'm going to use these slices here because the kids are nearly finished with it anyway, so I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm just going to top the whole lot with cheese, and I'll put it in the oven for around about 45 minutes, and it's cooked. So that's our quiche for Monday night. Okay, this one is going to be for Tuesday night's dinner. We're just going to have a spaghetti bolognese. I'm still using the mince from our bulk meat haul. Next weekend, definitely we're going to need some more, but it's really good to get rid of it all and know that you can get a fresh start and get some more in. I'll use a little bit of olive oil there just to fry up the mince, because this mince it just didn't seem too fatty. Spray a little bit of olive oil on the base of the frying pan. I'll chop up an onion as well. I do have red onions this week. I did run out of brown onions, but I don't buy 2 different types all the time. So I'm just going to fry the onion up with the olive oil. And once I've got that like a little bit brown, I'll add the mince, which will be defrosted. It won't be frozen. And I've also got some mushrooms here, which actually I probably will fry these before I put the mince in. But you can either just throw them in whenever. So I've got some mushrooms. I'll have probably half a bag there because we're going to use some for our pizzas. And yeah, fry that with the onion, the olive oil. And once all that's done, I'll add the mince in there and some Italian herb mix. I've got a can of diced tomatoes here and the Dolmio tomato, onion and roast garlic sauce. To make it go further, I'm going to add the Dolmio sauce mix with the canned tomato. You can use 2 bottles of Dolmio sauce, but it's just a little bit more price effective to do it that way. So I'm just going to add that with the Italian herbs, like I said. And that's basically it. That's the mint sauce. The mint sauce is just there with the onion, mushrooms, mince, and that's as simple as it is. You can put some Worcestershire sauce in it. Sometimes I do that as well. And then I'll just cook off the spaghetti. We've just got a packet of spaghetti. We usually just go through a whole packet. There's not usually that much left over. I don't know. We do use a whole packet usually. And then I've got some Parmesan cheese for the top of it, because we'll be running out of the other cheese, so the kids can have that on top with a little bit of pepper and salt. So that's basically just our easy spaghetti bolognese for the night. Yeah, so that's Tuesday night's dinner. Okay, the next night, for Wednesday night, we're just going to have like a burrito kit. I thought I had some taco shells in the cupboard, but I don't. I've only got like a burrito kit and a chicken taco one. But this is supposed to be used like for chicken, for beef strips, but I'm just going to use it for mince. I've done it before. Okay, so I've just got the burrito kit here, and I've got some mince here, a little bit of olive oil if I want to fry up the mince. I'm going to just put it with some lettuce, so once that's all cooked, you know, you'll have all the flavourings in there. It's got the 8 burrito tortillas, it's got mild chunky salsa and the burrito seasoning, so that will all go with the mince. Everyone can wrap it up with some lettuce. I've got some tomatoes. I'm going to make like a little bit of a guacamole, and I've also got sour cream as well. With my side of mince, and with my youngest son, we eat beans, but my my husband and my other child doesn't like beans. So I'm going to add this to me and my son's mince, the beans, just so it goes further. I really like beans in it. So that's what we're going to do there, and that's just a burrito meal there. It's a really easy one. So that's our weekly dinner for that's our weekly meals. I'll show you what we're going to cook for our dessert and for our baking this week. Okay, so for our baking this week, I usually just bake something for the kids for lunch boxes. I have got some slice still in the freezer from last week. I've also got a few cupcakes that are still in there from a previous time. So I just try and make sure the freezer's sort of stocked up with a heap of things for school lunches, and I try and just change it up a little bit, because sometimes if they have the same thing every day, they don't like it. But anyway, so these ones are just going to be the fruit balls. You can do anything with this recipe. There's so many different specific recipes for these sort of things. But you can just do like the typical like apricot balls with the condensed milk and coconut. I'm just going to try and use up some of the fruit that I've got left. I found some dates in the fridge. I won't be using all them, just a few. I have got some prunes here, which I sort of want to get rid of. I've got some apricots. I thought I had more of these because I was just going to do the coconut and condensed milk ones, but it looks like everyone's sort of been into them. So I've got some apricots left, and that gives it a nice flavour. And also the prunes makes it sticky, so you don't need a lot of like honey in that either sometimes when you get like a fruit that's really, really sticky. I do have some sultanas, but I'm not going to put too much fruit in, like just a few of each, because I don't want the kids to get like upset stomach from having too much. I've also got some seeds, so I've got some like chia seeds. I've got some of the pumpkin seeds here. I'll probably use them up. I've also got a few sunflower seeds and maybe some sesame seeds. I might use probably a little bit of each there and mix it in with the fruit. Now I usually don't use oatmeal, but a lot of people put oats in them, but I'm just going to use like a couple of Wheat Bix. I find it sometimes for the kids it needs something like a like a base in there. Crushed biscuits would be good as well. I don't think I've tried that, but I'll put a couple of Wheat Bix in as well and mix it all around. I like them to have the fruit balls with the Wheat Bix in there, because I know the Wheat Bix have got a lot of nutrition as well, and there's also a lot of fibre, and it will fill them up. And I've just got some coconut, which I will use at the end, but I will put a little bit of rice syrup, because sometimes with these recipes it's hard to tell whether or not it's going to be that sticky or not. So, you just have to judge by what fruit you're using. But I'm going to use a little bit of rice syrup. So they will be for the lunch box for the week, and I will definitely get a heap out of there that I can freeze as well. And I really like these too, because I can just eat them if I'm on school run or on a weekend. Take some to the swimming pool with us. They're really easy, and they're it's a good sort of food for them to have for a snack. Okay, for desserts this week we usually have 2 desserts. So one night this week we're going to have just stewed apples. I'll stew the apples up and I'm just going to have custard with it. So that's our dessert for one night of the week, and it gets me to get rid of some of the apples that are a little bit older. And yeah, it cleans the fridge out, and you can always make an apple crumble with it as well. I could have also put some like oatmeal on top of it, some coconut, maybe some butter, and just mix it up. And on one of the nights I will make a jelly. I've got an orange one. I'm not sure how orange jelly is going to go with ice cream, but I did get orange jelly. I thought it would be something different for them. So we'll have orange aeroplane jelly, and I've got this blue ribbon classic vanilla. But the kids can get a couple of nights out of just some jelly with ice cream or jelly with custard. So that's our meals for the week. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I will bring out stock up pile video as well. I'll show you that in the next couple of days. That should be coming out. And that's our grocery haul for the week and our meal planning and our ingredients for our shop. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next week. Thanks everyone. Bye.